Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something that impacts pretty much everyone. Building healthy, lasting, romantic relationships. So many of us are looking for that deeper connection, right? Real growth with someone, not just, fleeting romance. So to really get a handle on what fosters that kind of bond, we're looking at insights from excerpts from Building Lasting Love, 5 Pillars of Healthy Relationships. Our mission today, to unpack the 5 key elements this source identifies, the absolute foundation, really, for strong, fulfilling relationships.
And these aren't just nice ideas, they're fundamental, things that, if you overlook them, can really undermine things. Think of this deep dive as like a shortcut to understanding the core stuff, the components that build genuine connection and keep things stable and healthy.
Okay, let's dig into this first pillar then. The source states, good communication is the cornerstone of any relationship. We hear that all the time, but what makes it truly foundational, like beyond just talking?
That's a great point, because what's key here isn't just expressing yourself clearly. The source really stresses learning to listen and understand your partner's stance and perspective. So it's less about talking, more about truly receiving.
Okay. Active listening.
Exactly. That deep listening lets partners connect more deeply with each other's inner worlds, ideas, and feelings. You're actually getting into their world. And when you reach that level of mutual understanding, the bond just gets stronger, more secure.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about making your point, but genuinely hearing theirs. So for you listening, think about your own relationships. Which part of communication speaking or that deep listening feels most impactful? Or maybe which one's the bigger challenge? All right, so once that communication foundation is there, the source introduces trust. And I love this analogy. Trust is like a sturdy bridge built on the foundation of genuine and open communication. What does that sturdy bridge actually look like in the day-to-day of a relationship?
Well, this is interesting because the source pushes beyond the usual definition. It's not just believing your partner won't betray you. That's part of it, sure. But it also means trusting that they will support and understand your choices and decisions. That's huge, isn't it?
It really is. Trusting their support for your autonomy.
Precisely. Confidence in their support, not just their loyalty. And of course, honesty is the core of trust. It's through being consistently truthful, even when it's tough, that partners build true intimacy and confidence. You're basically laying down planks on that bridge with every honest exchange.
That really broadens the idea of trust, makes it feel much more active, less passive. So considering that, how might trust show up more dynamically than we realize? Maybe in those small daily moments of support, not just the big crises. Something for you to think about. Moving on, pillar number 3. Mutual respect and support are crucial. Respect often feels like just being polite, right? But the source suggests it's deeper. How does that work?
Yeah, it goes way beyond manners. The source highlights respecting each other's values, beliefs, and way of life. That means truly valuing who your partner is, fundamentally. Even if you see things differently, it's not about trying to change them.
Okay, valuing their core self.
Yeah.
And the support part.
Well, support goes beyond words and actions. It involves standing by your partner during challenges, offering unconditional strength and encouragement. And that word unconditional is so important here.
Right. Not just when it's easy.
Exactly. It means being there when they're struggling, maybe when they've messed up, or even if you don't fully get their choice. The source connects this to companionship. It says, through respect and support, couples learn the true meaning of companionship. It's about being their rock.
Being a rock, I like that. That idea of unconditional strength and encouragement, it makes you think. For you listening, maybe reflect on a time that kind of support really mattered. What did that actually look like in practice? Okay, pillar 4. This one's about sharing your lives and goals and cultivating common interests and activities. Seems straightforward, maybe even obvious. But how do these simple acts actually deepen the bond? What's the mechanism there?
It's less about the activity itself and more about the why behind it. The source says the act of sharing is an opportunity to express love and care, deepening emotional connection. It's how you show you value them, include them, build that shared world.
So the sharing itself is an expression of care.
Precisely. And think about this. Positive shared experiences create memories of happiness. Those memories, they're powerful. They bring partners closer together. It's like building up this positive reserve, this bank of joy you can draw on, especially when things inevitably get difficult.
A memory bank for the relationship. That's a great way to put it. For you, listening right now, what pops into your head? What are some of those memories of happiness from shared times with someone important? And that brings us to the final pillar. A healthy relationship requires mutual commitment and patience. Commitment we get. But why patience? Why is that singled out as equally vital?
That's a really insightful point in the source. Because commitment isn't just saying the words, right? It's demonstrated through consistent and enduring actions. It's the showing up, the willingness to support each other during tough times and face life's challenges and changes together. That's the commitment part in action.
Okay, so commitment is the action. Where does patience fit?
Patience comes in because, as the source reminds us, love is a journey of growth, understanding, and acceptance. People aren't static. They change, grow, face setbacks. Patience is what allows you to navigate those shifts together. It's the grace you give each other during that sometimes messy process of evolving. It accepts that growth takes time.
So commitment is the what, and patience is kind of the how you sustain it through change. That makes sense. When you think about those consistent and enduring actions, especially when things are tough, how do they actually show up? Is it the grand gestures or more the small, everyday stuff? So let's quickly recap. Our deep dive into building lasting love highlighted these 5 pillars. Communication.
That deep listening kind.
Sure.
The kind that includes supporting choices,
Respect and support.
valuing their core self, being their rock,
Sharing.
building that bank of happy memories.
And finally, that crucial duo, commitment and patience.
Exactly. Showing up consistently with grace.
And the source suggests it's through mindfully tending to these that we can build an authentic and profound relationship.
Absolutely. And these elements, they're not just about finding love, they're about keeping it. They help us find security and fulfillment, sure, but critically, they sustain the health and stability of the relationship long term. The final thought from the source really hits home. By practicing them mindfully in every moment, we can explore and enjoy the true depth of love together. It's an ongoing practice, not a destination.
Wow, a really insightful deep dive today. Thanks so much for joining us as we unpack these foundational elements for building lasting love.
So here's something to chew on, building on that idea of mindful practice. If love truly is this journey of growth, understanding, and acceptance, what's maybe one subtle shift in how you see things, or one small mindful action you could try this week to explore that true depth of love a bit more in a key relationship in your life?
A great question to ponder. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive. Keep exploring.